Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan, and on this video we'll be talking about different technologies you can use to improve your sleep. Stay tuned. Before we start, remember you can mix and match whatever technologies I talk about depending on what issue you're trying to solve or avoid, so stay tuned. Regulating your circadian rhythm with your Oura Ring. One of my favorite features about the Oura Ring is that it gives you a detailed graph of your heart rate during the night. With this graph, you can fix a few of the common mistakes or problems that you encounter when trying to sleep better. So like, let's say you ate too late right before bedtime, and you see your heart rate spiked too high, and you'll notice that your heart rate won't get lower until in the early morning. So that means you're not recovered properly. Or maybe you watched a scary movie before going to bed and you had adrenaline pumping, so your heart rate also went through the roof, and the same problem can happen where your heart rate is too high and it doesn't get lower until the early morning. Using a foam roller to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. This will help you reduce anxiety and stress, and it will help you fall asleep. Using a grounding blanket to sleep better. So this next one is more experimental, since there's only like 20 studies out there. So I feel like there needs to be more studies conducted to see how well it actually works. But so far, it's been shown to reduce stress and inflammation in the body, which will cause you to have better sleep. So how this works is that your body produces positive charged ions, which upregulates free radicals, which cause systemic inflammation throughout the body, and Earth produces negative ions. So therefore, when you step with your bare foot on grass, on sand or whatever, it cancels each other out. So the buildup in energy inside your body diminishes, so therefore free radicals down-regulate, and you reduce stress and chronic inflammation, and you can see changes in your cortisol profiles, which correlates to different symptoms, subjective symptoms that people have reported, like sleep dysfunction, pain and stress, and other things. So like I said, there's many things that still need to be researched, but it's been shown in a few studies to have profound effects, especially on your ability to lower inflammation. So when you get an earthing blanket, it performs the same thing as if you were barefoot on grass. You can actually get a blanket that connects to a wall socket that's grounded, and that will ground your blanket. So then you sleep on it, like you can have some skin exposure to the blanket, and then you'll be grounded throughout the night, and hopefully it'll reduce inflammation throughout the body, and it'll help you have better sleep. Using the Dreem 2 to help you improve your insomnia and get deeper sleep and identify sleep apnea. Okay, so if you have problem staying asleep throughout the night, the Dreem 2 has a program with real life sleep doctors, where they will call you and talk about your sleep habits and best practices to have better sleep. And it has this program where you throughout 6 to 8 weeks, I forget, you have to condense your sleep. So what you do is you sleep a whole week like normal, and then you see how many hours you actually were asleep. Like let's say you were in bed for 10 hours, but you only slept for 6 hours, let's say. So now the goal of the first week would be to be in bed only for 6 hours. So your bedtime would be delayed until you have that 6-hour time frame to sleep. And since you're not used to that, you'll be very tired the first week, but your sleep will start to condense into solid blocks of sleep. And what you do if your sleep improves, your efficiency, the time you're actually asleep when you go to bed improves, then you can add 15 minutes every week until you have that 8 hours sleep that you were looking for without any awakenings or insomnia type behavior. So that's very good. If you get the Dreem 2, that'll help too. Or with you can do something similar with the Oura Ring, even though the Oura Ring is not always that accurate with the REM sleep, I find. So like it'll tell you had a lot of awakenings throughout the night when you didn't have as much awakenings as it really shows. I found that if I get 90% on the Dreem 2, I usually get about 70% on the Oura Ring. So maybe consider bumping like on the Dreem 2. I think the percentage you need to look for is 85%, I believe. I could be mistaken, 85%. And if it gets lower than 85%, you don't increase your sleep time. But if it stays above 85%, you can increase your sleep time by 15 minutes each week. So what I would do is that if I have the Oura Ring and not the Dreem 2, I would just increase it if you have over 70% it's a sleep efficiency on the Oura Ring. That's what I would do if you're on a budget. You want band for buck, you can use the Oura Ring like that. And okay, so another feature that the Dreem 2 has that's really beneficial is the deep sleep stimulation. I think the US version doesn't have that because it's not FDA approved. But in Canada you can get the deep sleep stimulation feature, which will play pink noise at a certain rate to stimulate your brain to produce more deep sleep, and it could help increase your deep sleeps if you need to recover from anything better, or if you're not getting enough deep sleep. Another feature that the Dreem 2 has is if you suffer from sleep apnea, you may use it to identify if you have it, if you're snoring at night. It'll actually have a microphone that hears if you have any sleep irregularities, and it'll show you a graph and what's normal and what's not, and then you can identify it and talk to your doctor, or like make sure you're not breathing through your mouth when you're asleep. So maybe you can wear a brace or tape your mouth or whatnot. Last but not least, using the Muse headband to meditate yourself into better sleep. So the Muse headband is a neurofeedback device that can help you improve your meditation experience. So neurofeedback is usually done with a device that hooks up to your head and lets you know what's going on inside your head. And it can emit auditory cues like the Muse headband, where if you're distracted, it'll play rain And if you're really concentrated and actually hitting that theta brainwave that meditation produces, it will reward you by playing birds. And those birds are meant for you to exercise your brain power and resist the urge to not get distracted. This type of training will get you used to knowing what type of brainwaves you're emitting, and it'll make you more efficient at going from beta, which is awake and normal, to alpha, relaxed, calm, or even theta, which is meditation and mental imagery and stuff like that. And so then if you're really good at that, then you'll be good at delta, which is sleep. So if you're able to constantly know what type of brainwave you can emit, and you can jump back and forth through the range of beta through delta, the more you do it, the more efficient you will be at jumping between those brainwaves, and therefore it'll improve your sleep. So yeah, this has been the technology you can use to improve your sleep. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe if you like this type of content, and see you guys next time. Peace.